continued their noisy lives. However, suspicion and mistrust are slowly leading everyone's hearts astray. As a man named Luke Sin walks down the streets, he thinks that luckily, within this fragmented and estranged city, there is still a light known as family that shines for him. He's about to enter a dilapidated building, with one window lit up. Inside that apartment, a person is slicing meat and cooking in the kitchen. In another room, a woman is trying to placate a woman named Zhang on the phone, while a white-haired girl comments that her big brother is late. The woman continues speaking on the phone, asking her neighbor Zhang how she can think her sweater is ugly. She expresses that she wants the other to apologize to her. Lu finally arrives and faces the door of room 401. After a beat, he unlocks it. Visibly carrying a stuffed bear, he announces that he's back, and he gets greeted by the girl with a large smile on her face, calling him Brother 9. He calls her 17 and gives her the stuffed bear she wanted. She hugs it tightly, thanking him and telling him she loves it. The woman hangs up on her call, telling him that he came home right on time. She instructs him to play with 17 as she needs to go downstairs for a few seconds. Lu addresses the woman as his mom and asks her if everything is okay. His mother tells him there's a misunderstanding with their neighbor as she grabs a pair of scissors from the drawer. Heading toward the door, she promises she'll be right back. Lu replies that they'll be eating right away when she returns and smiles when she agrees. Meanwhile, his sister watches the static on their screen. While waiting for their mother, Lu, who's a port worker, muses that he's about to enjoy a normal dinner with his family, when suddenly, someone slams a bottle on the table, surprising the siblings. A large muscled man starts cursing, annoyed that someone dared to enter his kitchen. Looming over them, he complains that the chopping never ends and the boiling never stops. While a police car passes outside their apartment, he continues to rage that they can't have a quiet dinner as everyone loves to argue. Opening a window, he curses at the incompetent police and his stupid neighbors. 17 tugs on Lu's sleeves, telling him that she's scared. He's reassuring her that it's okay. When he hears the door open, their mother is back, commenting on how the man is yelling again. While she's telling the man not to yell so loud, Lu notes that there's a lot of blood on her again. She tells the screaming man he's going to scare the kids, but he only continues to curse, saying that everyone deserves death. He looks at her and says that she too deserves to die. The mother merely smiles, stating that in the man's eyes, everyone deserves to die except him. Angrily, the man asks her what she just said. She insults him, saying that everyone is living a better life than him, while he only lives like a cockroach. She tells him that roaches die, but he never will. Suddenly, he punches her. Glaring at her hatefully, he tells her that she's asking for death. The mother chuckles as blood drips on her face. She tells him that he's a mad and incompetent fool who's totally useless. This angers the man even more as he's deeply offended. His body grows bigger and spikes jet out of his body. While in his gigantic form, he declares that he'll slaughter her. He punches her, destroying the floor while blood splatters around them. 17 shivers in fear as she tightly hugs her bear, muttering that her daddy is hitting her mommy again. However, she suddenly giggles, a smile emerging on her face, before she maniacally laughs, saying it's very fun as she rips the head off her teddy bear. Continuing to laugh, she then crawls from the floor to the walls. Her legs hug the light as she hangs upside down, her neck twisted as she declares that it's all so fun. With their surroundings trashed, his mother beaten bloody, his sister laughing maniacally, and his father rampaging, Lu continues to eat, thinking that his family is normal and sweet though they sometimes argue. In this world, he's already lucky to have a complete family. From a distance, someone is observing Lu through a telescope. The person states that though Lu is the only one in the room, there are traces of multiple people around him. The woman states that this will make things harder. One man on a laptop says that Psyche Mutation Subject 13 has shown their mind ability. Another man holding a cane asks the woman if Lu has the potential to be recruited. He asks how big the potential threat would be and what his general mind ability is. Taking a cigarette, the woman replies to him that she doesn't know yet as Lu is unlike other Psyche Mutation subjects. She continues to say that he seems normal and is considered a good worker. The next day, while the streets are bustling with vehicles, inside a tall building, people are busy working in their cubicles. 3 of Lu's coworkers are backstabbing him, calling him a dork for trying to help another person when he should just concentrate on his work. At Lu's desk, his new coworker, Chang, apologizes to him for the inconvenience he's causing, but Lu only tells him that it's alright. Someone yells for Lu, saying the director wants to talk with him. Lu stands and instructs the grateful Chang to do just what he had instructed. Inside the director's office, the director wants Lu to deliver a document at the corner cafe on Ching Hong Road, and to do it without delay. He hands the document to Lu, who accepts it while thinking that an intern should deliver this document instead of him. While he's musing that the director is acting weird, he notices a woman sitting on the couch. He furtively looks at her thighs and her chest, but the woman notices what he's doing, making him nervous. Flustered, he hurries to leave. Once he's gone, the director addresses the woman as Leader Chen, saying he did what she ordered. He wants to ask her about a project, but Chen tells him not to worry as it won't be given to him. The director protests, saying that she said she'll help him. Chen pokes the director, forcing him to sit down, and tells him to listen to what she's about to say. She instructs him to forget she came to him and forget the task she asked him to do. Her eyes glow red, putting the director in a trance as he repeats her instructions. Satisfied, her eyes return to normal. She leaves the office while the director is still dazed. At a train station, a pregnant woman looks around in the crowded train car for a place to sit. As she finds none, she decides to just stand. But Lu calls out to her, offering his seat to her. She thanks him, calling him a kind person, while he only replies that it's no problem. As the train continues to its destination, Lu settles on clutching the overhead grab handle. Suddenly, a smiling 17 appears, crawling on the train's ceiling. She hangs herself upside down on the train bar while calling out to her brother. Lu merely glances at her, wondering why she followed him. She laughs, finding it fun to swing on the bar. It causes the train to shake, scaring the passengers. She asks Lu to play with her, but he only continues to ignore her. In a whisper, he replies that he can't look at her or talk to her outside since people might think he's crazy. Disappointed, she sticks her tongue out, saying he's no fun. She then whispers to him to be careful as there's something fishy at his workplace. She then crawls away from Lu, ignoring him when he calls out to her, before pinching a random man's cheek, who then wakes up angrily. Later, Lu walks toward his destination. He muses how the place is so close to the wall. Spotting a corner cafe, he approaches the closed door. The place is totally deserted. He silently thinks that the area around him feels stifling. From afar, Chen's people observe Lu, announcing that Subject 13 has entered the target area. Unbeknownst to Lu, he's surrounded by assault teams. Chen, while holding a top-secret document, says that they're about to execute Operation Coffee Corner. She states the mission's goal is to test the abilities of Subject 13 and see if he can become a Psyche Master. The potential risk is that the cafe is deemed a Level 1 Psyche Corruption Zone. She states that those who are near the cafe will be drawn involuntarily to it, and those who enter will either die within 3 days through suicide or become severely depressed. Chen asks one of her men if the support team is ready, and he replies that support member Dolly is ready, motioning toward a pretty girl dressed in Victorian fashion. Lu enters the cafe, surprised to see so many customers when it looks so deserted outside. He approaches the counter, saying he needs to deliver a document. The attendant thanks him and offers him a free cup of coffee for his hard work. He initially refuses, but he yields upon smelling the coffee's delicious aroma, thinking it's different from the cheap coffee he usually drinks. He picks up the cup, deciding to enjoy it before he leaves. Suddenly, he hears something weird. He looks up and sees a fleshy tentacle coming from behind the attendant's back. Lu's eyes widen, shocked. The tentacle extends toward Lu, opening up its mouth before spitting out something into his coffee. It's an eyeball that then stares at him, while Lu is frozen from shock. He looks at the eyeball floating on the coffee, thinking it might be looking back at him. The attendant invites him to drink it, saying the coffee is delicious, while a mass of tentacles with eyes right behind him. Lu thinks he can't let the man know what he's seeing. He nervously rejects the offer, putting down the cup while trying to calm himself down. He rushes to the door, thinking he must get safely out of there. As he reaches the door, he looks back and gets shocked by what he sees. All the customers are looking at him with their vacant, glowing eyes. Scared, Lu runs away immediately. A security camera zooms in on Lu as he runs out of the cafe. Through the monitor, Chen's people watch him, wondering why nothing happened when there should be conflict. They're disappointed as they wanted to use that opportunity to test Subject 13 and find out the source of the contamination in the cafe. They ask Chen what they should do next. Frustrated with the outcome, she decides that they continue the test and immediately make new plans for the fourth phase. In the subway station, while a man dozes inside a booth, Lu sits down on a bench, trying to catch his breath. Still bewildered, he silently asks why those people are weird. He remembers what 17 whispered to him earlier and thinks she must be referring to the monster at the cafe. He muses that ever since the red moon appeared, many crazy people are running into the forest. He thinks that it's obvious that what he experienced is related to the red moon. Suddenly, he notices a surge of people around him. He remembers that all of them were customers from the cafe. Behind the crowd, he even sees the attendant, still holding the cup of coffee that Lu didn't drink earlier. He smiles at him sinisterly, saying the coffee is for Lu. He wants him to drink it. He offers him the coffee again, while Lu thinks the man must be crazy. Deciding to escape, he runs, but all the people from the cafe are blocking his way. They slowly approach Lu, closing in on him, and the attendant once again offers him the coffee. In it, the eyeball still floats, still staring back. Lu refuses, saying he doesn't have money so he can't drink it. Still, the attendant says it's okay. He's only asking. Suddenly, the eyeball jumps out from the coffee and heads straight to Lu. He evades it, surprised that it can move on its own. He again runs away, pushing and shoving people, and telling them to get out of his way. He tries to ride the escalator, but he gets captured. He's yanked away by someone, and multiple hands grab him. Lu screams for them to get off him, demanding that they get out of the way as he struggles and thrashes against them. A security camera monitors Lu's current situation. Chen's men wonder why Lu was easily captured, not unlike how ordinary people would be. When Chen says that it's possible he can't control his powers, her assistant asks if she wants to end the test. She replies that she may have to agree. Dolly, who's in the other room, stands up and opens her umbrella. She's ready to leave. Suddenly, one of Chen's people shouts for the others to look at the data he's monitoring. Back at the station, Lu is still unable to free himself. They force his mouth open, surprising him with their immense strength. The eyeball is heading towards Lu when he suddenly hears someone laughing. He looks up and sees 17 hanging upside down from the station's signage, reminding him that she told him to be careful, but he didn't listen to her. Lu asks for help from her, but she reminds him that he doesn't want to talk to her outside. If she saves him, she states that he'll end up hating her. Lu tells her it's not like that and wonders why 17 is talking about that. As the eyeball gets closer, 17 then tells Lu to promise to buy her the best toy. Lu replies that he doesn't have money. The eyeball jumps from person to person, making its way toward Lu's mouth. Lu thinks that he's done for as he looks at the eyeball helplessly. But before it could enter Lu's mouth, 17 jumps towards the crowd and grabs Lu's hand. She pulls him away from their grip. 17 giggles, and as they hold hands tightly, Lu's sclerae begin to turn black and his irises become red. Once the change is complete, he mirrors 17's giggle. His smile is sinister like 17's, and she tells him it's finally their turn. With 17 and Lu joining powers, they move swiftly away from the people from the cafe. 17 giggles, having fun, as she tells Lu to hurry up. He then instructs her to hold on tight. Chen and her people are amazed at what they are witnessing, admiring Lu's body-controlling ability, and calling it spider type. They say that even though he was already surrounded and almost contaminated, he was still able to get away. They wonder what his percentage is, but they can only estimate that it's more than 50%. Suddenly, they notice something bad about their data. Back at the station, the cafe attendant is impressed that Lu is fast. He trembles, then suddenly his tentacles appear again while saying that Lu won't be able to escape from him. The tentacles, which have eyes and teeth on them, chase and attack Lu, but he swiftly evades them along with 17. He nimbly jumps up the escalator while the tentacles continue to pursue him. With a press of a button, the camera view switches to outside, allowing Chen and his men to view Lu making an escape. Taking a breath now that it's done. Chen then directs Dolly to get ready to catch the monster. One of Chen's people tells them something is wrong, and they all turn to look at the screen. Chen, Dolly, and everyone are surprised at what they witnessed. Lu jumps from the ground, and using his feet, he dangles himself upside down, while taunting the monster. One man wonders what he's doing, while another gushes that he's beyond their expectation as his spider-type abilities are incredible. Chen thinks to herself that Subject 13 is incredible. Meanwhile, Lu asks 17 where she's going. She asks him what he wants to do, and he replies that he wants to report the incident. She then asks him why he's so scared when it's the others who should be afraid of them. She beckons to the monster, who notices her action and smiles crazily. He launches an attack, the tentacles opening their sharp mouths. Lu says that they should run, but 17 refuses to. She drags him toward the tentacles, saying she still wants to play. The man monitoring Lu says that the first spiritual monster has appeared and asks Chen if they are going to support it. Chen ponders that a spider-type mutant couldn't face a spiritual monster without a weapon, but she sees on the screen that Lu is already heading toward the monster without any hesitation. He swiftly dodges all the tentacles with 17 behind him. He grabs the attendant's arm and easily cuts it off, making 17 laugh. Suddenly, the security camera where Chen's people are observing through explodes, leaving them blind to what's happening. Chen is shocked as that camera has been tested for spiritual power. She then commands her people to act and go to the station. Meanwhile, Lu asks the monster if losing a hand is fun with a smile on his face. Angrily, the tentacles launch another attack on them. As the tentacles lunge towards the two, Lu grabs one and rips it off, making the other tentacles scream in agony. Both of the siblings think it's not enough, so they rip another and another, until only a few are left. Lu mockingly asks the monster if it wants to run, but when it tries to escape, he tells him he won't let him get away. He laughs as he grabs a metal pipe and from high above, he plunges down and pierces the monster with the pipe. The tentacles scream before they all finally stop moving. Lu scoffs, totally unimpressed by how the monster was so easily defeated.